All right, woo! So it is 2019, and I feel really honored that you guys are here. I have on my Shiva band. It's like my band, and I'm like ready to rock and roll. I put that you go. Can you guys all mute? Yes, yes. All right, so my name is Alyssa Schomaker. I am an old coach, I feel like. I've been around 6 years, actually. Ooh, like this weekend. Oh my gosh, so I just actually celebrated my 6th year. Remind me that I need to make a video or do a post about this. All right, but I've been a coach now for 6 years. I am a mom of 3, and when I first started my business, my youngest was 9 months old. She's gonna be 7 now, so it's totally crazy. I was working full-time as a registered nurse, juggling my kids in between daycare. I was missing out on my children's life by working weekends, working every other weekend, working evening shifts, working holidays. And as much as I loved being a nurse, I wanted to be home with my kids more than anything else. It's really what I wanted to do. I always wanted to make an impact, and I always wanted to do something like big with my life, but I always wanted to be the one that was home with my kids. And for myself, I was a pediatric registered nurse. So it came to the point that I was going to work, and I was working in the pediatric ICU, and I was taking care of other people's kids while somebody else was taking care of mine. And I thought, like, this is just like so backwards. I want to be the one to be there. I want to be the one to take care of my kids. I want to be the one to see the first steps, and all those things that we think about. For those of you guys that aren't moms yet, just think of the things that you want within your own life that you feel that you're missing out on. And that's just kind of like how I felt. I had a turn of a life event where my grandfather passed away. He died in the healthcare system, and after that, I just knew that I needed to do something different. I really didn't know what it is that I wanted to do, and so I went back to school and I got my master's. I was actually getting my master's when I was in school, or when I became a coach, and I just decided that I wanted to do something different. And so I went the traditional path, like most of us do, and I started climbing up that educational ladder. And at that time, also coaching kind of fell into my lap. So I was in school, what I wanted to do when I started my business. I really didn't know the potential that this business had. I just was doing it because my grandfather had passed away from heart disease and diabetes, and I wanted to make a difference. And I wanted to be able to replace 1 shift a week so that I didn't have to be away from my kids. And so that is what my goal was when I started. I had like just pretty simple goals when I got started. But after about 3 months into my business, I was in a Diamond Push group, and I saw the potential within this business. I saw other coaches that had gone before me, like my grandma coach, Lindsay Matway, and she was showing, the income progression that she had made. And I remember a post from, who was it? Oh my goodness, Mindy Winder. And I was like, oh my gosh, like $20,000 in 1 week? There's no way. And so I saw what was happening, and I saw these people staying home with their children and creating more freedom and just being super, super happy. And I really made the decision to just say, like, why not me, right? And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is why not you, right? It is January of 2019. It's a fresh year. I know everybody's like setting these goals, but let's be honest with ourselves. How many times in the past have we set goals for ourselves and then didn't reach our goals, or didn't take the action to reach our goals? They just sounded nice, but we didn't actually do the actions that we needed to do to reach those goals. It's just kind of like we were joking to ourselves, right? So guys, that used to be me. I used to start and stop so many different things that I would like commit to things, but like I was just really lying to myself. I really wasn't gonna follow through in my workouts or gonna follow through in some of the things. Now, I was really committed to other people, and that was half the problem, but I wasn't as committed to myself. And so I put myself kind of on a higher standard, right? I decided that I was worthy and that I was going to start or finish what I started, okay? And it was as simple as starting and finishing a fitness program. This is why we have, everybody that comes into our business, right? We want them to start and finish a fitness program, because by doing those small, consistent actions every day, that is what is going to really build up our confidence, okay? So that is where I started. I was not somebody that had it all together. Sometimes I don't feel like I have it all together, but it's a refining process. And if this free-spirited individual who doesn't like schedules and doesn't like trackers and doesn't want to have to deal with all that kind of stuff can do this business, then so can you. But we need to have structure and we need to have organization. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys after 6 years in the business, that I have lost so much business because of not being organized. So what we're going to talk about tonight is I'm going to give you guys a kind of a game plan to follow. We're going to seriously decide, make some decisions for ourselves, all right? And then I'm going to give you guys the game plan of how you're going to completely kick some butt. I want to say the A word. I probably will in a little bit. But I really want you guys to kick some butt in this first quarter. This first quarter is so important to your business. If you have goals to be elite, if you have goals to leave your family, girls, this is when it is game on. Game on. Like, you can't wait on like Donkey Kong. So everything that we need to do, it needs to be 10x, all right? So there's some things that we're going to point out tonight that I'm going to talk about that I don't necessarily agree with, and you guys are going to understand why, but how I'm going to help you set you up for success. Not necessarily what corporate says to do, but what I'm going to do. So I'm going to share with you at the end my plan and what I'm going to do so that I can have a kick-ass quarter and a 2019 that blows every single goal that I set for myself away, okay? So let's start. Number one, people in the back, everybody, I want you guys to decide right now, come to Jesus with me, all right? Decide with me right now, you guys, that you are worth it. Promise me, because you know what? After being in this business for 6 years, I will tell you, the only reason why you won't have success is because of your mind. This is the only reason why. This thing right here is so dang powerful that it controls everything. So when we talk about mindset, we talk about, doing your personal development, it's because you've got to get your mind right every single day because of all the conditionings that are going on in the world. All the conditionings that you've gotten from your parents, from your teachers, from society, all of these imprints that they have labeled on you, you need to get rid of those things and you need to write yourself your own story every single day. Every day. You need to put on your hat. I mean, for me, you guys, I just put on a little band. This is like like I said, this is like I am working. I put my band on. Whatever you have to do to get yourself into the position to know that you are going to just kick some ass and crack into your alter ego, you need to do it. And you need to decide. You need to make this decision. We always say in this business, you guys, that it comes down to you deciding, and it's no joke. I have seen coaches that have literally been in business for 3 years, and the next day, they write a line in the sand and they decide that they're worth it. They decide that they are going to have success, and oh my gosh, they take off and they blow it out of the water. So you have to make this decision because it's not going to come from me. It's not going to come from your coach. It's not going to come from your success partner. It's not going to come from anybody else, but it's going to come from yourself. Okay? So I want you to promise yourself that you are worthy, all right? Because you are. So return back to that person that you know that you are and decide that you're worthy, all right? Number two, all right, is to visualize your goals within the next 90 days. So I'm very big on vision boards, and I think that visualizing things for the end of the year is great, but the things that we focus on is what expands, right? So we really want to visualize our goals in the next 90 days. What do you want to accomplish? And not just you want to be a diamond coach, you know, maybe you want to make $500. I mean, those are great goals, but let's think about how these goals feel. All right, let's think about what it's going to actually, you know, what is this actually going to mean to us when we feel these goals? You have to get your emotions attached to your goals. All right, so maybe you're gonna go on a trip in 90 days. Maybe you're gonna reward yourself with, I don't know, like a nice massage or something. Maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe you wanna like pay off like $5,000 in debt. What is that going to feel like? And then celebrate it, all right? So part of you getting to your goals is to believing that you're there. And you believe it when you can see it, right? So visualize what you're doing. Visualize where it is that you're going every day. Take time to visualize where you're going. Embody that journey, okay? Number 2, 3. All right, number 3. Guys, we got to show up for the game. We have got to show up for the game. We can't just show up to our business like we are, you know, not going to the freaking Major League Baseballs and ready to have some freaking home runs. All right, if you want people to join your business, then you got to make sure that you're being that professional player, okay? And this means that you are professional, that you're returning your messages, that you're doing your follow-ups, right? It also means that you're following the game plan, okay? So if you're a player out there and you're playing a baseball game, like you're not gonna go out there and just wing it, right? You gotta make sure that you've got targets and that you're aiming at those targets every single time that you step up to bat, okay? Number 4, we'll talk about that in a minute. Number 4 is really following the game plan, and this is the Success Club system, okay? So the Success Club system was just reintroduced at the end of last year. I know they rolled it out to everybody. I know I posted in my team page what it is, and I'm gonna show you guys this in a minute. But corporate really came out with a system that incorporates our invites, that incorporates our follow-ups, that incorporates all the daily activities that we are supposed to be doing to have a successful business. I can tell you that it works. I can tell you that every single coach that I have do it. It works. So if you're not seeing success in your business, then
is Caroline eating any of this?
You're not having that success. And a lot of times, it's because we're not following the system. Or maybe you're following a system a little bit too much to the T. And here's what I'm going to share with you guys quickly about that. I'm going to show you guys the Success Club system here. Ooh, that's a hot mess. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So this is the new Success Club system. You know, you guys have all seen the new system. Right here, you can just check off the boxes for all of you guys that like to check stuff off like I do. But here's a part of this where I don't really agree with. Invite 5 people to join your talent group or learn about coaching. Now, come on. If I am a professional, if I am running a business like a CEO, if I am, you know, that Major League Baseball player, am I just going to be sharing my business with just 5 people a day or inviting 5 people to get healthy and fit with me? Heck to the no. So I don't agree with this plan of inviting 5 people a day, and because I want my coaches to have massive success, number 1, and number 2, we want to help a crap ton of people. So I don't agree with this part of this system. I think that to follow the Success Club system, that we should more be filling a sheet like this daily with your invites. Now, I know that some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy. How do I go? How do I invite 50 people a day? Or you're going to think, I don't have a big following. What I can tell you guys is this. I have been so inspired by the new coaches within the last year that have come into this business and blown this puppy away. They come in with no following. They come in with nothing. They don't know anything what to do. But you know what they have is heart. and they have vision, and they take massive action. Massive action. So this is where I want to ask you guys, how are you playing your game? Are you showing up to the game? Are you sitting on the sidelines? Or are you ready to take some massive freaking action? Because this is what it takes. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be one of those people that says that you don't have to invite. There was a time back in my business where I didn't invite, and I relied on tons of stories, and I still do tons of call to actions. I still do. But when it comes down to the meat and the potatoes of my business, if I am not inviting people, if I'm not connecting with people, then there's no way that I am going to 10x my goals, and there's no way that I am going to achieve what I want to achieve for my family. Point blank. Okay? So everybody that's on my stories, they get an invite every single day. And I'll take you guys through my plan in a minute here, what I do. But you guys have to understand that when you're swinging for the minimum, you're only going to get the minimum. So if you're hitting right now for Success Club 5, you're barely doing your workouts and following the schedule, you're not following any of the meal plans, you're not showing up for the team calls, but y'all are, so give me some high fives over there. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're not showing up for those things, how do you expect to get the results, right? And if you have big goals and big dreams, like I know that you do, then you need to really analyze stuff, and you really need to look at yourself like a CEO and say, you know, if I owned, I don't know, let's just say if I owned Starbucks, would I be happy with 5 people showing up to my door? Would I be happy with, you know, sharing 5 people with my coffee every day? No way, right? You want to reach the masses. That's your job. That's what you want to do as a coach. So it means that you need to not only follow this system, but you also need to think about playing in excellence, right? And think about, you know, matching really your actions to your dreams. I know so many of you guys want to come home. I know some of you guys want to have extra freedom, and you guys want to pay off debt. And it is 100% possible for you guys to be able to do that. But it means that we got to be hitting these targets. And it means that we need to be so diligent with these actions. How many of us right now are showing up for jobs that we don't even like, and we're giving the jobs that we don't even like more attention than we're even giving our own business? We're showing up more for our other jobs right now, a job that we are not even comfortable in, a job that barely even pays our bills, a job that tells me what to do, and I'm frustrated all the time, but I show up for them because that's the person that I am, because of my integrity. But when it comes to my own business, there's places that I'm lacking. You guys, I can say that. I can say that. So I know that everybody can raise their hands and say, am I really treating my business like the CEO that I want to be? Am I being excellent at what I do, right? All right, so that is my 5th thing. And let me stop this share so I can see all y'all. Oh, here you are. Okay, so I'm getting all excited. Okay, so the 5th thing, you guys, is decide that you're going to run a business with excellence, okay? And this is what I mean by this. How is your customer service going? How are your follow-ups, right? Follow-ups are a really big part of our customer service. Are you guys doing your customer service? How is it when you bring people into your groups? Is it what you're talking about on social media? If you're talking about your social media, that your groups are so awesome and there's so much energy and, oh my gosh, these girls are getting so many results, but then you're not showing up in the group and you're not giving them the support that they need, then you're not really reaching that excellence mark. So we all need to decide as business owners that we're going to be like Amazon, right? Like 2-day shipping, day 3, where's my stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of the way that society is right now. What can you do to really bring that excellence? And we're going to talk about some of these things and how to do that right now. So getting into kind of, that was just kind of like my I don't want to say my intro because it really wasn't, but just some things I want you guys to think about. What we're going to talk about right now is, what's my game plan? So what am I going to do? Now, I might have different goals than you guys have, but I still am wanting to lead from the front, right? I know that if I'm putting up big Success Club numbers, if I'm bringing on people on my team, if I'm helping my team win, then my team is going to do the same, right? Our success is found in these simple activities that are not always sexy, and you don't always see them online. You don't always see what we're doing because it's not always the fun, sexy stuff, right? But I'm committing to doing these things because I, number one, know that I need to lead by example. If I want to be the best leader that I can be and I want to show my team what to do, I can't push anybody. I can't pull anybody along. But all I can do is give and do my best that I can do. So work the freaking system, the best that I can work my system, and show my coaches, like, look, if I can do this, then you can do this too. Like, I am showing up for you. So just know that you guys, your coaches, your team, they're gonna do what you do and not what you say. So it's up to you to pick up some big numbers, all right? So number one, commit to a program. I know we say this all the time, but for real, you gotta commit to a program. You guys see all these coaches that went 2-star to 15-star, or, you know, popped up, nobody knew who they were, and now they're top coaches of the network. How does that happen? Because they committed to a program. They committed to getting the best results. They committed to sharing that with their audience and taking people along with them. So everybody and their mother, pretty much, I'm guaranteed, is doing Transform 20 right now, or most of us are. Commit to doing that program. Commit to showing up like you are the best challenger that there is. Share your workouts. Do videos of your workouts. Do call to actions on those workouts. And show weekly progress pictures, right? Every single week, show them the progress that you're making to help hold yourself accountable, but to also see, so they can see what kind of results that they're able to get as well, okay? So commit to doing a program from start to finish. I know it seems super simple, but oh my gosh, like, this is why we have all of our coaches start and finish a program when they get started as a coach, because this is what launches their business, and this is what's going to reignite your business as well, or put some, you know, some little gas on the fire, so to speak. Number 3 is recruit. Now, recruit, I don't know why it gets like such an ugly word, because I freaking love it. I love bringing people into this business. I love health and fitness, but man, there is nothing more. Sorry, number 2 guy was commit to taking weekly progress pictures and sharing those. So share your journey with the weekly progress. Number 3, what's up, girl? All right, number 3, Michelle. What's up, girl? Okay, number 3, recruit, 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 recruit. Okay, so I can't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. How many of us see people that, you know, they put up huge success numbers, maybe like 30, 40 numbers a month, but most of those people are challengers, and they're wondering why their business isn't going anywhere. Because, you guys, this business is all about simple duplication. You're building an empire. So many of us are here for residual income. So many of us are here for, you know, there's so many different reasons on why. But if you're spinning your wheels and you're here year after year and you're like, why is my business not growing? It's because you're not recruiting. And I can't stress that enough with like a big old R, okay? So here we are. It's the first, you know, second week of the month, right? And my focus is on recruiting. It is the first quarter. So I am going to be recruiting every single freaking day. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Because, and I'll show you guys here in a minute why when we break down our system, but because of the fact that all of our points that we get for 2019, right? Those are all gonna help us with Elite. Those are all gonna help us reach our first status of team leader, right? They're also going to help you reach Elite, because all of our 2018 and 2019 coaches is what's helping you with Elite status. So right now is when you need to put the steam on. Right now is when we have more people talking about health and fitness, more people talking about, you know, wanting to start new things within their lives. This is the time to recruit. So I can't stress that enough about recruiting. And I'm gonna say this too. You need to be recruiting at least 4 coaches a month. At least, okay? Don't shoot me. I'm telling you, true serum, okay? Listen, otherwise, you're gonna go like this. Do, 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 do. You guys, give me an amen if we're sick of going right? It's because of the fact that we're not putting enough on that action. So we can't just get by, right? We can't just be those players that just put up those minimum numbers, because that's not what's gonna build our business. We need at least be sponsoring at least 4 coaches a month, okay? And I don't wanna hear that you don't know how to recruit, or that you're not a leader. Every single one of you guys is tied into somebody in this business that has made money and somebody in this business that has a system. All of you guys should just be plugging them into your system, and you should just be hammering away at your own daily activities. Don't recreate the wheel, all right? So how many invites are you gonna send on a day? Make sure that you are setting that goal for yourself, okay? All right, and something that I just kind of want to add to that. So I wanted to add just kind of what I'm doing for this. So number one, I love to run sneak peeks. I think that they're awesome, but I don't want to be waiting for a sneak peek. And I don't want my coaches to be waiting for sneak peeks either, because we want to be firing out the invites, right? So what I did is I just have like a place on a blog. It's just a website that I have for my team. It's just a 1-page kind of sheet. I'll put it into our group for you guys. But it just has like everything about our team on it, a lot of the most important kind of questions that they ask, and a little video. And that's what I send everybody. And then I do a follow-up in 2 days. So talk to your upline about what you have or yourself. Create a tiny little video. I'm sure though that you guys have something, and I said I'll share what I have. But have something that you can just easily send to people, right? I know that Brooke Lippoff made an incredible Wanna Be a Fit Boss video, and I've used that video, and I'll share that with you guys too as well. But have something for your team that so they don't have to wait around for sneak peeks, because I think sneak peeks are awesome, like I said, but at the same time, like have something that you guys can just easily send off, so you can always be inviting and not go, when is the next sneak peek? No, that's not being a CEO, right? Being a CEO is, I'm gonna get a freaking solution because I'm gonna share with you exactly what to do. So I will show you guys exactly what I have, and I'll post the link into our little group and share it with everybody so you guys can see what mine is. But and I'll also share with you guys Brooke's video. So if you guys don't have one, you guys can share Brooke's video as well. So I will give you guys that, all right? The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start running sneak peeks on my Instagram account. So one of my girlfriends was talking about this the other day, and I think that it is like absolutely genius. So in my little stories area, I'm gonna have a whole thing about coaching. So it's gonna say, what is coaching? You guys know in the little, what are those little things called? You know, help me out, people. On IG stories, highlights. Okay, in the highlights, I'm going to have a whole thing about coaching in there. I know last week that Brittany Leggett and Mel shared about the Unfold app. So go in there and think about like the most common questions, right? So what does a coach do, right? Do you have to be a professional? Share a little bit about your story. You can also share a little bit about like how you make money. Share a little about the income progressions, right? So you guys can, we've got tons of income progressions, share some of about the income progressions, but have an area where people can just go right to your IG stories and run sneak peeks on that every week. Another idea too that you guys could do if you don't want to put on there that somebody suggested, and I think this is brilliant, is to create a different IG page. So come up with a different page. Maybe you want it to be like Alyssa's Coaching World. I totally just made that up. But just say like Alyssa's Coaching World or Michelle's Coaching World. And on that page, kind of like how you guys see bloggers sharing like giveaways. You guys follow me here? Anyways, but you guys could have it on another page too. And on that page, it's just a whole area of what to share. There's so many different things that you guys can be able to do. But the bottom line is that you have to recruit. You have to recruit. So it has to be for yourself, and it also has to be for somebody else, like for something that your team can duplicate. So those are my ideas for you guys. All right, number 4 is always have a challenge group to invite to. You should always be having a challenge group. All right, so you should know like what's your next group. We all just started Transform 20. So what's next? What are you gonna do next, right? So I know for myself, I'm gonna run round 2 of Transform 20. Maybe you guys have been doing Transform 20 for a while, but think about what you're gonna do. Maybe you wanna do more of like a self-love boot camp type of thing because it's February. But make sure that you know you should always have something to plug your people into. Always, always, always at some time. So again, this comes down to thinking like a CEO. What are you doing with your business next month? What does it look like, right? So again, round 2, Transform 20 is probably the easiest thing to go and do because we're all gonna be doing it. I always tell my new coaches, promote what you're doing. It's the easiest thing to do. You don't need to go promote something else that you're not doing. That's not sharing with integrity. Just promote what you're doing, right? And invite people to join with you in what you're doing. All right. Okay. Number 5 is to have a minimum of Success Club 10 or higher. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly show you guys something here because I want to make this really relevant to you guys and kind of like what we're all aiming for right now. Okay, so, oops, wrong one. That's coming. Okay, ooh, where did it go? Oh my gosh, don't tell me it went off. Ah. Hold on, guys. I can't see with all this stuff. Is that it? No. Oh, man. Is this it? All right, hold on. I had it up, and I must have closed it. Bear with me, y'all. It'll be coming in a second. So, bum, bum, bum. I know, I'm really slowing down the pace. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I gotta be able to find this. I don't work good under this pressure either. Ah, yes, okay. Thank you, universe. All right, so when I want to show you guys this quickly. When I went and I set my goals, this is a goal that every single coach that's on this call is aiming to hit. I don't care if you are a part-time person, if you want to make $50 an hour or $50, $200, team builder is really where our goal is within this next quarter. So when I'm talking to you guys about breaking down my goals and why this stuff is so important, it's because of the fact that I've taken a look at this and I know what I need to do. Okay, so this kind of brings me to this. So when we talk about obviously this Success Club earning the 25 leadership points, it talks about hitting Success Club 5, right? So you guys see here, selling 3 challenge packs, and at least doing 2 of the following. If you look here at B, it says sell 2 additional challenge packs. So that's 10. All right, so I know that's something that I can easily do and that I can easily control, right? It's all about controlling the controllable in this business. And so that is why I set the goal of a minimum of SC10 or higher. Now, I want to shoot for at least SC50 or higher, but the goal for every single one of us should be SC10 or higher because this is part of the team builder qualifications, okay? And this is what we're all going for within this next quarter. The other thing that is really important, oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold up. Sorry, my computer was gonna die. I thought it was plugged in, I just got a warning. Okay, this is like, okay. So the second thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about here when it comes down to these leadership points is getting your coaches started right, okay? So we talk about this part and getting your coaches started right. And I think that a lot of us kind of like overestimate what this actually takes and what it means. And it's really not that difficult, okay? So if you guys are looking to really expand your business, not only is it recruiting, but it all comes down to creating these emeralds. So how do we go and create these emeralds? How do we go and get our coaches started right? So what I like to do is I created something like super, super simple for my team. And I think when I just uploaded this thing, it shut off my other one, which of course, because I want it. So what I did is I created this. I'm going to share this with you guys because this is really important in getting your coaches started correctly. I created this little document here that I will share with you guys. But I think a lot of times when we start with our business partners, we think about what kind of posts can they do on social media? What can they do to make their announcement posts? And I think that we forget about the fact that this is a human relations business and that it's really about making connections. So what I want you guys to start to do when you guys start bringing people on is right away have them start creating a list. You guys know that lists are so important. So make sure that they're creating a list. I have them starting with their 10 easiest, so their friends, their family, and then their A team. So who are people that are leaders? Who are people that they want to build a business with? Who are like some of their besties, right, that they can talk to? These are a list that I have everybody create when they get started, and I have them bring this to me on our first call. Because on our first call, guess what we're going to do? We're going to invite these people. All right, so my new coach getting started.
Don't have to have it then.
My new coaches that get started, they might be a little bit scared to invite right away, but we can get them on our one-on-one call and getting started call right away. We can get them starting to creating a list, all right? And not only am I having them start there with that 20, but I'm telling them they need to get a list of 100 people within their first week. Guys, listen, if somebody says to you as a new coach that they don't know 100 people, then I would tell them that they're probably in the wrong business. This is a network marketing business. This is the power of social media where you can go and follow 1,000 people in one day if you really want to, and interact and build relationships and invite. So in this day and age, if somebody tells you that they can't think of 100 different people or they can't come up with 100 different people, postpone your call until they can come up with 100. You need to know who you're working with, and they need to have skin in the game, all right? So this is one thing that I'm doing. The second thing is for their 18 people. I have them approach these 18 people and let them know that, hey, they're starting a new part-time business and that they're looking for some people to join in with them and to try out the products. And so a lot of times, you know, their friends will go and join a boot camp with them. Maybe it's their family member that wants to join a boot camp with them, and then having them sign up as a coach. So this is what's really been working really well in my business within the last like 4 months is going back to just, you know, here's the deal. Like we only need to help 2-3 people in our beginning, in the beginning to get started, right? And when it really comes down to you gaining those points that you guys need to have for Elite and for our team builder here, which, is this it? No. Dang it, you guys, it keeps pulling my page down. Sorry. Let me pull this other one up. What a pain in the butt. My gosh. I'm so sorry this is happening to you guys. Actually, we're just gonna get off of this because I don't want to deal with it anymore. Okay. I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys. All right, so when it comes to us building up into that team builder area, it is about getting our coaches started right, and it is about creating those emeralds. As you guys will see on there, there is an area that says that you need to create 1 emerald. All right, so I would say up that. How can you help create a new emerald every week in your business, right? If you're inviting and you're recruiting and you're bringing on new people, and with this system that I just showed you, you should be able to help your new coaches start with excitement and go to emerald relatively quickly. All right, so those are some of the things that I do to help my coaches. And then lastly, what I wanna say is, you guys, 10x the game plan. You're in the beginning of the new year, right? This is the time when things are super exciting. Don't limit yourself. Don't say to yourself, I'm gonna be a diamond at the end of the year. No, don't say to yourself, I'm gonna be emerald in 2 weeks. No, you guys, listen, everything in this business comes back down to the very first thing that I talked about, and that is about making a decision. You're gonna make a decision that you are successful. You are queens, you guys. You are amazing individuals that were here, placed in this world to have your story share with other people. You are a coach to inspire other people. And I need you guys to realize that you are no different than any other coach that you see, any other coach that you follow, any other different than me. I work just like everybody else does. I share with you guys everything that I'm doing, and I want you guys to just know that you 100% can achieve anything that you want to achieve. But it means that you need to take some massive action, all right? So here we are in the first quarter, and you gotta ask yourself, who is gonna go all in and who is gonna kind of play the game? I don't want anybody to look back at the end of the year and be like, man, I had a goal going elite and I don't know what happened, you got away. Or I really wanted to be home with my kids, but I couldn't finish watching Netflix and do my invite, so now I'm going to work. I mean, that's really like what it really comes down to, is that you have the solution right here in your hands. I just share with you guys everything that I'm doing and everything that I teach my team to do. And I know that your coaches do the exact same thing. I know that they share everything that they are doing and that they want you guys to have massive success. So I want you today to make the commitment, you guys, that you're gonna go all in on this. At the end of the year, I want you to tag me on social media and tell me that you hit your freaking goals and that this was the year that you didn't set the same goals again. All right? You guys got it? It doesn't take that much of your time. Commit to doing the work. Honestly, 1 to 2 hours a day. We all have that time. Commit to doing the shit and commit to doing your work, and you guys will see incredible success. All right? So here's a couple things before I go that I want to make sure everybody does, okay? So tomorrow, and I don't think we're going to do this, but I'm just going to do it anyways, and I'll be in control of it, so all you Slay Squad people don't get mad at me. But what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I am going to have a tracker thread that is going to be placed in our Slay Squad group, okay? For the next 3 days, I want you to post your sheet, all right? Now here's what I mean. If you're gonna play full out with me, I wanna have one side of this full with coach invites and one side of this full of challenger invites, okay? That's if you wanna create a full-time income. If you want to create a part-time income, cheater, guys, make it easy as that. Put your words in writing. Put your words in writing. This is a super easy system. 2 days before, 2 days later, follow up with all those people, okay? So I will create that list in our little Slay Squad group so you guys can have it in there. Share your accountability with me, and I will pick some winners that share their accountability and go all in with me. I'm ready to 10X. So if you guys wanna 10X with me for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be working my little butt off over here. My fingers are gonna be raw. And so I want you guys to check in with me in that other group. Post up your accountability. Tag your friends. Ring the freaking bell. Ring the bell when you help somebody. Ring the bell when you get somebody started on our systems. Ring the bell when you bring on a new team member. And I will reward all of those hustlers that are playing around in our Slay Squad with us with some awesome gifts, maybe some of my fave things that I love for you guys for playing along with me. So, all right, I think that's all for me tonight. I hope you guys are as motivated as I am and are ready to just kick some major freaking booty. All right, so shake a little bit of ass. For reals. All right, now use some of my energy and go out and invite because it's only 8:50. So go out and spread the words, guys. All right, I love you guys so much. Just know that it all takes action, it all takes belief, and you guys totally got this. I love you. Bye. Oh, I should probably look at your chat messages. Okay, but I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. If you guys have any questions, post them in the Slay group because there's a lot of messages on here. Like, way a lot. Hi, game on. And I will get this uploaded. All right. Ooh. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. There's like a lot of questions on there, and I really can't go through them all. There's like so many messages. So I will start a little thread. I'll go post in there right now in the Slay Squad. Just say any questions from the night call. Post them underneath there. If not, look for my accountability thread and some prizes to go out in the next 3 days. 10X's. Bye.
Alyssa.
What?
Hey, is the Slay group private or public?
Who's your upline?